Imagine living in a world where you rely on no one, because you've mastered everything you need to survive and thrive. That's the power of a Sigma male. You're not limited to one path, one skill, or one identity. You're the kind of person who learns quickly, adapts effortlessly, and thrives under pressure. A Sigma male doesn't wait for someone to solve their problems. They figure it out themselves, and that's why you're different. Being a jack of all trades isn't a flaw, it's a superpower. You've built a life where no single challenge can hold you back. From fixing what's broken to mastering what's new, you've got the tools to handle anything life throws your way. This video isn't just about listing reasons, it's a wake-up call. It's proof that your versatility is your greatest strength. Watch it, take notes, and remember, you're not just surviving, you're thriving because you've chosen to be limitless. Number 1. Sigma males are naturally and genuine hustlers. Sigma males are natural hustlers, and not in the flashy, show-off way that some might imagine. Their hustle comes from a genuine place, a deep-seated belief in self-reliance, adaptability, and the value of hard work. For them, it's not about impressing others or earning applause. It's about doing what needs to be done to achieve their goals and maintain their freedom. You might see a Sigma male working as a civil engineer by day and moonlighting as an Uber driver, bartender, or even a farmer by night. This isn't because they're lost or struggling, it's because they embrace the grind. They don't look down on any role or job as beneath them. To a Sigma, every task is a stepping stone, a piece of the bigger picture, and a way to keep their independence intact. Unlike others who might tie their identity to a single profession or title, Sigmas understand that life is fluid and success often comes from diversifying their efforts. They're not afraid to roll up their sleeves, switch gears, and step into whatever role is necessary. This adaptability not only builds their skills, but also deepens their resilience. Their genuine hustling isn't just about earning money, it's about staying sharp, building a strong foundation, and maintaining the freedom to chart their own path. They don't wait for perfect circumstances or depend on others to rescue them. They make things happen on their own terms. This relentless work ethic can be misunderstood or underestimated by those who don't see the full picture. But Sigma males don't need external validation. Their hustle is fueled by an internal drive, a quiet confidence that they can handle whatever life throws at them and thrive while doing it. Number 2. He sees gaps in the matrix. A Sigma male doesn't see the world the way others do. Where most people accept systems, routines, or traditions as they are, he notices every crack, flaw, and inefficiency. It's not a choice, it's instinct. He can't sit back and ignore the gaps in how things function, whether it's how a process is managed, how a problem is approached, or how resources are wasted. And because of this, he's driven to step in and fix what's broken, even if it means learning an entirely new skill to do it. For the Sigma male, inefficiencies aren't just annoyances, they're opportunities to innovate. If the plumbing's faulty, he'll figure out how to repair it better than the so-called expert who did it the first time. If his work process is slowing him down, he'll tweak the system, often discovering a solution that no one else even thought to look for. This isn't about being a perfectionist or controlling. It's about refusing to tolerate things that don't work the way they should. This constant awareness makes him a jack of all trades, but not in the traditional sense. He's not chasing random skills or hobbies. He's acquiring the exact knowledge needed to solve the inefficiencies he's identified. He doesn't learn carpentry for fun. He learns it because his furniture isn't built to last. He doesn't study software development to show off. He does it because the tools available to him are clunky and outdated. It's not about curiosity or even passion. It's about necessity. The Sigma male refuses to live in a world where the cracks go unfilled. His unique ability to see the gaps and his relentless drive to fix them makes him the ultimate problem solver no matter the situation. Number 3. He hates dependency like the plague. For a Sigma male, dependency feels like a trap. The idea of being at someone else's mercy for basic necessities, whether it's food, money, or essential skills, is unbearable. He doesn't trust systems, services, or even people enough to leave his life in their hands. This isn't about pride, it's about survival. When you rely on others for things you should handle yourself, you give them power over you, and that's something a Sigma male will never allow. When he learns how to cook, it's not because he's aiming to be a chef. It's because he refuses to live off takeout or rely on someone else to prepare his meals. When his gadgets break, he doesn't just call for repairs. He opens them up, studies the problem, and fixes them himself. If a contract needs signing, he won't blindly trust a lawyer or an advisor. He'll research the fine print until he knows it inside out. It's not that he thinks he can do everything better than others. It's that he knows the cost of reliance. When you depend on someone else, you're vulnerable to their mistakes, delays, or even manipulation. A Sigma male avoids this at all costs. His independence isn't just about avoiding inconvenience. It's about maintaining control over his life. He values freedom above all else, and he understands that freedom starts with knowing how to take care of himself. Every skill he learns, every problem he solves, every challenge he tackles, it's all part of building a life where no one else pulls the strings. For a Sigma male, self-sufficiency isn't just a preference, it's a way of life, a shield against vulnerability, and a declaration that his destiny is entirely in his own hands. Number 4. His failures teach him faster than success. For a Sigma male, failure isn't a dead end, it's a shortcut. While most people shy away from mistakes, afraid of embarrassment or judgment, he sees failure as the most honest teacher. When he takes on something new, he knows he won't get it right the first time, or maybe even the 10th. But that doesn't discourage him, it motivates him. Each failure is a puzzle piece that brings him closer to the bigger picture. When he botches a task, he doesn't wallow in frustration or abandon the effort. Instead, he studies what went wrong, adjusts his approach, and tries again. That relentless cycle of trial and error becomes his greatest asset. It's not about getting it perfect. It's about getting it done and understanding how to improve. Over time, this method turns him into someone who can pick up almost anything and make it work. His versatility doesn't come from talent, it comes from grit. Success to him is overrated as a teacher. It only tells you what worked. It doesn't expose weaknesses or highlight blind spots. But failure shows you everything. It reveals where you lacked understanding, where your assumptions were wrong, and where your skills need sharpening. By leaning into failure, the Sigma male gains an edge most people never develop, the ability to adapt under any circumstances. This mindset explains why he's so quick to pick up new skills and tackle challenges others avoid. Where others might hesitate for fear of looking foolish, he's already on his 3rd attempt, gaining insights with every misstep. His willingness to fail and fail fast isn't a flaw, it's a strategy. It's how he turns every obstacle into an opportunity and evolves faster than those who play it safe. Number 5. He uses his skill diversity as a negotiation weapon. For a Sigma male, knowing a variety of skills isn't just about being self-sufficient, it's about creating leverage. Every trade he masters, every bit of knowledge he acquires, becomes a form of currency he can use to his advantage. While most people rely on money, connections, or titles to get ahead, the Sigma male relies on his ability to offer value where others can't. His skill diversity becomes a silent but powerful weapon, one that he uses strategically. When he fixes a neighbor's broken appliance, he's not just helping out, he's building goodwill that might come in handy later. When he steps into a business deal, his knowledge across multiple areas, finance, operations, even tech, means he sees angles others miss. He can outthink, outmaneuver, and outnegotiate because he brings something to the table no one else does: versatility. It's not just what he knows, it's how he applies it. This isn't manipulation, it's strategy. The Sigma male understands that in life, you're either negotiating from a position of strength or you're at the mercy of someone who is. By mastering multiple trades, he ensures that he's always the one holding the cards. He can offer solutions, propose alternatives, or even walk away entirely, knowing that his skills will open another door. His diverse knowledge also makes him unpredictable. People can't pigeonhole him or guess his next move because his options are endless. He's not just the guy who knows how to fix your car or design your website. He's the guy who can do both and negotiate a better deal because of it. His skills aren't just tools, they're leverage. And in a world where most people rely on specialists, the Sigma male's versatility makes him untouchable. Number 6. He's a minimalist at heart. A Sigma male doesn't buy into the idea that more is better. He's not interested in keeping up with trends, chasing status symbols, or surrounding himself with unnecessary noise. Instead, he values simplicity, not out of laziness, but because he understands the power of focus. A cluttered life, whether it's filled with too many possessions, too many commitments, or too many people, only drains energy and creates chaos. To the Sigma male, that's unacceptable. This minimalist mindset goes beyond material things. He trims the fat in every area of his life. If a relationship is draining him, he lets it go. If a hobby no longer serves a purpose, he moves on. He doesn't cling to what's outdated or unnecessary. He's constantly refining and simplifying. The result? A life that's streamlined, efficient, and fully under his control. Living minimally gives him the space to focus on what truly matters. Self-sufficiency. Instead of wasting money on gadgets that break, he learns how to fix the ones he has. Instead of filling his schedule with obligations to impress others, he invests time in mastering skills that make his life easier. He's not chasing wealth for its own sake, he's chasing independence. For him, freedom isn't about having more, it's about needing less. This approach isn't about deprivation, it's about intention. Everything he owns, every skill he learns, every relationship he keeps, it all has a purpose. There's no clutter, no noise, and no distractions to pull him off course. This is why the Sigma male excels where others falter. By clearing out the unnecessary, he frees up mental, physical, and emotional space to build the life he truly wants. Minimalism isn't a trend for him, it's a strategy for living with clarity and power. Number 7. He has no patience for gatekeepers. Sigma males don't believe in waiting for permission, approval, or someone to show them the way. Gatekeepers, the ones who insist you need credentials, certifications, or their blessing before you can move forward, are nothing more than roadblocks to him. Instead of playing by their rules, he creates his own. If there's a skill he needs, he doesn't enroll in a course and sit through hours of unnecessary fluff. He'll dive into YouTube tutorials, search for obscure manuals, or figure out how to reverse engineer the problem until he's cracked it himself. This isn't arrogance, it's efficiency. He knows the traditional routes are often more about control than value. Gatekeepers want you to jump through hoops to prove your worth, but the Sigma male doesn't waste his energy on validation. His focus is on results, not recognition. If he needs to learn coding, he'll experiment with free tools until he builds something functional. If a device breaks, he won't call an expert right away. He'll open it up and start troubleshooting, trusting his instincts to guide him. What makes this approach so powerful is that it's rooted in independence. By bypassing gatekeepers, he isn't just learning new skills, he's proving to himself that he doesn't need someone else to dictate his path. This builds not only knowledge, but confidence, a quiet assurance that he can solve problems on his own terms. Gatekeepers thrive on creating dependency, but the Sigma male dismantles that system entirely. This mindset isn't just practical, it's revolutionary. In a world where people are conditioned to follow the right steps, the Sigma male's refusal to wait sets him apart. He moves faster, learns smarter, and stays ahead because he's not interested in playing by the rules. He's too busy rewriting them. Number 8. He turns hobbies into survival tools. For a Sigma male, a hobby is never just for fun. It's a sandbox where he experiments, learns, and sharpens skills that could one day prove essential. While others see hobbies as a way to pass time, he sees them as low-stakes training grounds for high-stakes situations. If he picks up woodworking, it's not just about crafting a table. It's about understanding materials, mastering precision, and knowing he can build something from scratch when the need arises. Coding isn't just tinkering with lines of text. It's creating tools that automate his life or solve real problems. This approach stems from the Sigma male's refusal to waste time. Even his downtime has to serve a purpose beyond relaxation. He's not interested in mindless entertainment or fleeting distractions. If he's investing hours into something, it has to provide a return, whether that's a new skill, a deeper understanding, or a backup plan for when life throws a curveball. Martial arts, for example, isn't just about fitness or competition. It's about discipline, self-defense, and the confidence of knowing he can handle himself in a crisis. What makes this mindset so effective is its duality. On the surface, these activities look like personal interests, but beneath lies a strategy. Each hobby becomes a survival tool, a resource he can draw on when traditional systems fail. He's not just playing around, he's preparing, whether consciously or not. This makes the Sigma male unpredictable in the best way. Where others crumble under unexpected challenges, he thrives. His hobbies have already equipped him with the skills and mindset to adapt, improvise, and overcome. In his world, nothing is wasted, not time, not effort, and certainly not the lessons embedded in his so-called hobbies. Number 9, the courage to unlearn. For Sigma males, growth isn't about clinging to what they know. It's about knowing when to let go. They understand that old knowledge, while valuable in its time, can become a roadblock to progress. Unlike most people who cling to familiarity out of fear or pride, Sigma males have the courage to unlearn. They see outdated methods, rigid beliefs, or even habits as weights that hold them back, and they're not afraid to drop them if it means moving forward. This isn't an easy process. Unlearning requires humility, admitting that what once worked no longer does. It's about questioning deeply ingrained assumptions, even those that have defined how they operate for years. But for Sigma males, comfort zones are prisons. They'd rather face the discomfort of starting over than stagnate in outdated thinking. This mindset gives them a sharp edge in a world that changes at breakneck speed. While others resist new ideas because they conflict with the way things have always been done, Sigma males embrace change. They actively seek out better methods, new perspectives, and alternative approaches, even if it means dismantling everything they once relied on. This courage to unlearn allows them to stay adaptable, innovative, and ahead of the curve. By making room for the new, Sigma males don't just acquire more knowledge, they evolve. They become more versatile, more self-reliant, and better equipped to tackle life's challenges. They know that the ability to discard what no longer serves them isn't a weakness. It's a superpower. In a world where people cling to outdated systems, Sigma males move freely, unbound by tradition or fear. Their willingness to unlearn isn't just a skill, it's a declaration that growth never stops, and neither do they. Number 10, the architect of their own path. Sigma males refuse to live life by anyone else's rules. They don't walk down paths carved by others or follow cookie-cutter templates for success. Instead, they approach life like architects, crafting their own blueprints from scratch. Whether it's in their careers, hobbies, or relationships, they bring together skills, ideas, and philosophies in ways most people would never even consider. This approach stems from their independent mindset. They see the world not as it is, but as it could be. They're not interested in following preset paths that others have already walked. They'd rather forge their own, even if it's the harder route. To a Sigma male, the thought of conforming to a one-size-fits-all life feels suffocating. Instead, they blend their unique mix of passions, knowledge, and creativity to build something that feels entirely their own. What makes this so powerful is the originality they bring to the table. While others stick to linear career paths or traditional life milestones, Sigma males innovate. They might combine coding with design, woodworking with engineering, or philosophy with entrepreneurship. They find ways to connect skills and ideas that seem unrelated, creating solutions and opportunities that no one else sees. This ability to mix and match doesn't just set them apart, it makes them irreplaceable. In relationships, they don't settle for shallow connections or traditional roles. They design dynamics that align with their values and challenge societal norms. In their hobbies, they turn passion into mastery and utility. And in their careers, they refuse to climb someone else's ladder. They build their own. By rejecting pre-existing templates, Sigma males live authentically and uniquely. They prove that life isn't about fitting in. It's about designing something so distinctly yours that no one else could ever replicate it. In wrapping up, being a Sigma male isn't about fitting into anyone's mold. It's about breaking the mold entirely. Your ability to adapt, learn, and thrive in multiple areas isn't just a skill, it's a mindset. While the world may glorify specialists and reward those who stick to a single lane, you've chosen a different path. You've embraced the challenge of being versatile, of mastering not just trades, but the art of self-reliance. That's what makes you stand out. Remember, being a jack of all trades doesn't mean being mediocre. It means being prepared. It's about seeing the bigger picture, connecting the dots others miss, and creating opportunities where none existed. Whether it's navigating relationships, tackling career challenges, or solving problems no one else dares to touch, you're equipped in ways most people can't even imagine. That's your power, your edge, your identity as a Sigma male. So keep building, keep learning, keep questioning everything that doesn't align with your vision. The road you've chosen isn't the easy one, but it's the one worth walking. You're not just surviving, you're designing a life on your terms, and that's something few can claim. If this resonates with you, it's time to lean into it. Own your adaptability. Celebrate your independence. Use your unique approach to carve out a life that's not just functional, but extraordinary.